Here it is, every page of it untouched, not a word blacked out.
In fact, it is written by Republicans criticizing the FBI and the Department of Justice. Its release ordered by the president.
And the reason why is splitting Washington tonight. NBC's Blaine Alexander explains the impact this could have on the Russia investigation.
Well, John, Andrea, a White House attorney points to significant public interest as a reason for making this memo public, but Democrats and the FBI say this memo does not tell the full story.
Ignoring pleas from the FBI, President Trump declassifying a controversial memo created by House Republicans. The president clearly defiant as it went public.
You want to know the truth? I think it's a disgrace. What's going on in this country, I think it's a disgrace.
President Trump and his supporters casting doubt on intelligence gathered in the Russia investigation, specifically the surveillance of a Trump transition official. The memo points to the now infamous Steele dossier, suggesting then candidate Trump could be subject to Russian blackmail. The memo saying the surveillance would not have been ordered without that dossier, and its author was desperate that President Trump not get elected. Republicans claim that's proof the FBI was politically motivated.
This is the first time in American history that the FBI and Justice Department have been weaponized through the actions of a political party.
But Democrats say the memo does not give the full picture and could give President Trump cover to undermine or fire Special Counsel Robert Mueller.
He has reportedly told his allies that the memo would discredit the Russia investigation.
An investigation overseen by Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. Asked today if the president still had confidence in him.
You figure that one out.
His answer leaving plenty of questions around the future of the Russia investigation.
And Democrats have prepared a memo of their own, but Republicans voted against releasing it. In Washington, Blaine Alexander, Channel 13 Eyewitness News.
Blaine, thank you. And tonight, Indiana Congressman Andre Carson believes releasing that memo could actually put lives on the line all around the world.
He says Congressman Nunes and Speaker Paul Ryan have put their interests above their committees and over national security. Our political reporter Kevin Rader spoke with the congressman in his office about that memo. Kevin?
Yeah, the 7th District Congressman is on the House Intelligence Committee. He actually read the Nunes memo last week, but I sat down with him in his Indianapolis office today, just as the report was being released to the rest of us, to get his reaction.
Now it's like the wild, wild west. I think you have politicians who are underestimating the intelligence of their constituents. They're putting their personal interest and ambitions ahead of our national security. We are exposing sources and methodologies. So for those folks who are skilled in surveillance and intelligence, they can piece together actors and players. But more importantly, this is an effort to minimize Director Mueller's investigation and to make this whole thing look like an opposition research project. That concerns me.
And the reaction from the Indiana delegation goes, as you might expect, right down party lines. Republicans lining up with the president, arguing the memo should be released, and Democrats with the FBI and the Department of Justice arguing against it. John?